Attack on Titan Season 2 is better than the first one. Now, I know a lot of you are about to be wondering, how can this be? Please tell me. I did not hear anyone talk about Season 1. Don't worry, we'll get to that. But first, if you see this series continue, then you better hit that subscribe button. Because guess what? I'm not stopping until this whole thing is done. And if these videos get popular enough, maybe I'll start a trend where I review popular anime and manga other than just One Piece and one chapter at a time. Sound good? Okay, good. Let's go. Alright, so Attack on Titan Season 2 aired July 23rd, 2018 and ended October 15th, 2018. So 12 weeks. And this is by far the shortest season as it only covered one arc. It covered the Clash of the Titans arc in 12 chapters, or in 12 episodes. It covered 16 chapters in total of the arc. So, why do I think it is better than the second one? Well, that's simply because I would say that the lows of Season 1 don't really apply as much, and a lot of the twists are insane. For example, if we're talking about insane reveals, let's talk about the Jaw Titan, or more likely Ymir. Well, Ymir actually became interesting. Now, granted, this was after her reveal, because, you know, when we first saw her with the... By the way, spoilers, as you can probably guess. But anywho, so the way she read the original writing for on the can was very intriguing at the time, and having Reiner react to that was, you know, very interesting. So the Jaw Titan was great, especially since it gave Reiner and Bertolt more foreshadowing, which is great because do you guys remember how the Armored and Colossal Titan were revealed? Yeah, that's right. They kinda were not. Like, when you think about it, you were not supposed to be paying attention because the camera was actively moving away. The camera moved so far because they were following the main cast. So it gives this illusion that camera and the staff who are making it didn't know that that was going to happen, which is insane to watch, especially now that we know everything. On top of that, like, once we find out stuff about them, their backstories are really interesting, and we see how much they care, but also they get a little bit crazy. But after they do get revealed, we get this is my personal favorite fight in the anime so far. In the anime. I don't know how well the rumbling is gonna... I don't know how crazy the rumbling is gonna get. It might be a super bombastic brawl, but I don't know about that. But it's gonna have to top something, because personally, Eren versus Reiner, the first ever fight, was very engaging, and I loved the way it started, and the way it ended was great, because it was like, hey, guess what? You had this amazing fight, but it did not have a conclusive ending, so, you know, later on, we'll give it to you, and it will be great for the rematch. And then we kept getting the rematch, and the rematch just wasn't as good. So, yeah. Whee! I love rematches that aren't as good. Yay! So, after that, there's something that we need to talk about, considering I've kept rumbling about reveals. Beast Titan. Yeah, that's right. Beast Titan time. The Beast Titan, when it finally talked, was insane. I remember when this show dropped, the people who were watching it went crazy. And that's the thing. The people who were watching it, it went crazy for them. So, Why did I say it like that? Well, as I am about to blow your minds with this little tidbit. Season 2 wasn't actually as hyped as you might assume. Now, why is this? Well, that's because Season 2 took so long that by the time it came out, not as many people were hyped for it as they are now. It's crazy to think, but imagine a world where My Hero Academia has a stronger hype train behind it than Attack on Titan. That was the world we were living in when Season 2 dropped. Now, Season 2 is fantastic and better than Season 1. I don't know if it's better than Season 3, and Season 4 has yet to conclude, so, I'm not getting into that debate. But Season 2 is just all around fantastic. Now, there's some things that we keep going towards, like, for example, if you remember, this wasn't as... I didn't bring this critique up, but thinking back on it for Season 1, I definitely should have mentioned the fact that the use of color was good in certain sections, but then again, during other times, it felt really gray and really bland, and I just was not a fan of it. Now, they definitely changed this in Season 2, where I felt like the colors were overall brighter, and the special note that I would like to attribute this to is the Armor Titan and the Colossal Titan. The pop of red on the Colossal Titan, delicious. Alright, when it fell off the wall, it was fantastic. Fantastic. And also, another shout out to the multitude of colors used when Eren decided to awaken his Titan abilities. Now, since we're going to the end, we might as well talk about the death that nobody talks about. At all. Not a soul. Let's talk about the death of Hans. No one has any idea who I'm talking about, but this guy was the guy who dragged Eren away from his mom and the Smiling Titan. And when you see the Smiling Titan again, there's almost this build-up as if he's going to fight her and finally get some vengeance or get saved. But nope, he just gets bit in half. And guess what? There's like half a second on. You don't always get an entire episode to develop characters' deaths. That's not how this show works. It's moving. It's still gotta move. And it continues to move. So, with Hans dying, it's like, wait, what? Excuse me? Because, guess what? I completely forgot about his death. And granted, this is not because, oh, the death was so poor. I gotta be honest, it's because I was not paying that much attention. Because when I was younger, and when I was viewing this, I did not give it half a mind. I was not processing information well enough to appreciate it. But now that I'm older, I can safely say it's really good. Almost every episode I do is really, really good. There's no real stinker. There's no real bad episode. And then there are tons of memorable moments, like, for example, Zeke's big reveal, and, them panning out, seeing the water I have to overcome while we get shots of the characters, so it kind of reinforces at the end that they need to push towards their goals, the foreshadowing of Eren, and also, the foreshadowing of the Founding Titan is just incredible. And I'm so excited for it. And I was so happy to see it. Currently, I am watching Season 3 right now. And I am so happy about how everything turned out. Because right now, the stuff that we are getting foreshadowing in Season 2 is turning out in Season 3. Now, this might be something that people can argue that, well, you can just consider it a transition season then because it's only 12 episodes beforehand. And I know that sounds weird to say, but what I mean is, people don't consider this be a standalone product. Whereas, like, when I finished season 1, I waited for season 2 because I knew it was coming out, and then I watched it, and when it finished, I was satisfied because it is just a good season of anime. That's it. Like, it's just a really solid season of anime with great presentation, a better use of color than the original. I would argue animation wise, it's probably better. Honestly, it's probably better. And having everything, laid out in front of me and seeing everything, seeing all the episodes that I have so far from season 1 to season 3, it's just crazy to look at because, I can still definitely say that season 2 is just as good as season 3, which is weird because, no one talked about season 2. Alright? I have not heard anyone bring up season 2 of Attack on Titan in a real long time. Not since it came out. Because the minute season 3 came out, everyone was talking about that. And same with season 4. And that makes good sense. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with, thinking that season 3 or 4 is the best. Everyone has their own favorite season. But for me, for the attachment that I have to season 2, combined with its overall fantastic quality across the board in storytelling, animation, and with even more memorable music than the original, I would argue that Sasageo, the third opening, is fantastic and is my actual favorite opening. If anyone has a problem with that, too bad for you. So, what am I gonna give this? Alright. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Yep, that's right. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. It is fantastic across the board. I cannot stress this enough. Fantastic. Presentation, 9. Story, 9. And also, this came out in 2018, so it's kind of old at this point, which is crazy to think about. Like, that happened 4 years ago. But, anywho, I want to know what you guys think. So please, tell me how fantastic Season 2 is, and if you think that Season 2 is not that good, I want to know why. Like, I actually do. Because, like, I've seen it a couple times now, Season 2, and I can safely say that I had a good time. So if you didn't, I want to know what your reason is. So, without further ado, boys and girls, please subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, have a great day. Goodbye.